Hello and great afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Coaching Think Talk. I am Coach Tindy Hoya from Life Coach Philippines, and this is Coaching for Relationship. This coaching conversation is for moms, wives, and women who are wanting to have a balance on healthy lifestyles and healthy relationship to a happier life. And my mission is to help married women or women in partnership to be the suitable helper of their husband to create a safe mental and emotional space for a family that thrives. So, thank you for joining me live today, and please leave your digital footprints by letting us know where you are coming from today. And please do tag a friend and circulate this video to help us reach more individuals who might be in need of what I will be sharing for this session. You may also give some shout outs to people you want to greet and reach out with some inspiring message. Who knows, baka may isa dyan na needed something to inspire them and they're losing that hope. 'Di ba kakatapos lang natin ng hope. So to all the coaches out there, we just finished the silver lining coaching bundle last Friday. So let's give hope to the people out there. Let's share our thoughts. Let's give some inspiring message. And of course, if you are someone who are watching this on a replay, please do comment hashtag replay. I am streaming via FB page of Life Coach Philippines and YouTube channel Coach AI Connect. And if you are new to our platform, please like, follow, and subscribe. So for this afternoon, I'm gonna be sharing to you about how to love without loving. Pwede bang mangyari na you love someone but you don't really love? When we talk about love, we always associate it with feelings and expectations. And when we talk of an ideal relationship, unconditional love is the number one goal. Hello, Coach Candy. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. Please do tag a friend or let's do tag our classmates now and join us this after for this afternoon's session. So, ano nga bang unconditional love? But before that, let me introduce myself. Of course, I am the founder, the creator and founder of a Women's Epiphany coaching community. This is a community for women, married or living in partnership, moms, wives, women who are wanting to find that space where they can really truly express themselves and find themselves in the process so that they can have that healthy lifestyle that they want for themselves and they also have a healthy relationship with their other halves and of course the people around them, their kids, their families. And I am a mom to two teenagers who are now 19 and 15. And I am a wife to Coach Sean De Hoya, who is also a certified life coach. I was an HR practitioner for more than a decade in one of the biggest BPO in the country when I decided to go full time for life coaching. I always believe there's something in this profession that could really create that impact in the lives of others. I know the value of life coaching not because I am a coach, but because I experienced what it brought to me and my family. There's a lot actually of miracle stories that you can hear from. All you have to do is have a conversation with us. Drop by at Decaf Coffee Republic, or you can send us a message if you're looking for that someone you can talk to, that someone who will really shed light to how you are feeling, what thoughts are running in your mind, and you don't want that person who's biased, then talk to us. Just send us a message. I am a certified coactive co-create life coach, and of course, I am also a mental health coach. Um, it has been my advocacy. I didn't know that when I started coaching, uh, the emotions that I'm having, those moments that I feel so sad, so sometimes it would last for days or weeks, or at times it's months, especially when the Burr months comes in. It really, I always have that emotional sadness na hindi ko siya ma-explain. And I realized that I am also a sufferer, although I am not diagnosed. So I started this journey of really being a mental advocate, especially when our daughter was diagnosed with clinical depression. And she was just 16 at that time. And my heart bleeds for these kids na bakit dumadating sila sa point na ganun. That's how life coaching is so valuable for me because it helped me manage how I am feeling, and it also helped us support our daughter in the in that stage of her life wherein she had that depression. Also, of course, she still has it, but the beauty about it is she's able to do things on her own. She's able to manage how she's feeling, and she is now a young entrepreneur. She's an animator at heart. So, alam mo yun, nakakatuwa, nakikita ko pa din siya. That's the value of what life coaching brought into our life. And of course, I am a master builder apprentice of Master Crochet, where we help you build tribes to reach your unstoppable dreams. So if you're someone who have been wanting to create that community, a space where you can really be you, pursuing the goal that you pursuing that goal, pursuing that advocacy, then just connect with us. There are 13 MBAs at the moment journeying to become a master builder apprentice. And if you feel it in your heart that you're someone who also have that desire to serve, that desire to build a community for people so that we can create more impact, then join us in our community. And of course, I am also a public speaker. I'm a proud scholar of Master Coach A in her six-figure public speaking career. So if you are someone looking also for a way to really speak out, or you want to be a public speaker, you have that dream in your heart, yet you're having a hard time knowing how to start or what is it really in public speaking, then do connect with us and we will be glad to help you with your journey to become a public speaker. So for this afternoon, we're gonna be talking about love. Siyempre, pag-usapang love, nakakakilig madalas ang alam natin, no? Pero, what is really that love that we're gonna be talking about? We're talking about unconditional love. So, how do you love without loving? God's love for mankind is unconditional. So, can we love like God? What do we really mean when we say unconditional love? You know what? The term unconditional love was actually coined in 1934 by a psychologist named Eric Fromm. He expounded on the idea in the book The Art of Loving in 1956. He said that, or he suggested that, there are actually several kinds of love. And the first kind of love is that of a mother's unconditional love for her infant. Doon nakuha yung concept ng unconditional love. She has no expectations for it to live up to. But in that same book, he states that a father's love has to be different. It has to be, believe it or not, somehow deserved. So Fromm says that the father sets the standard a child must meet if he or she wants love. And come to think of it, unconditional love is not the love that we think. The love na kahit anong gawin mo, okay lang kasi unconditional siya. Fromm says that unconditional is something that wherein you have to set the standard. And I would always remember Master Coach A telling us, telling us the love is really more of when you say it's unconditional, you love, yes, but you love beyond the conditions. Yun daw ang ibig sabihin ng unconditional love. Eh di ba mismo anong beyond conditions? Kasi naman talaga, saan ka ba nakakita ng love na walang condition? Is it, ikaw ba kung papasok ka sa relation, okay lang sa'yo na kayo ng dalawa pero nakikipagkita pa din siya sa iba, nakikipag-date pa din siya sa iba. Eh lalo na kung mag-asawa na kayo, would it be okay for you that your husband is flirting with other girls? Syempre hindi, may conditions doon. What we mean about unconditional love is when something happens, you are able to love beyond the conditions. You are able to forgive. You are able to accept. Pero malalim siya, di ba? Pag sinabi mo accept, so papasok din kasi yung pride, yung ego. Pero hindi kasi ibig sabihin na unconditional love is you allow also abuse. Hindi din siya. There's a certain limit. And pag-uusapan natin siya. Kasi Sa mga relasyon naman, hindi lang naman between husband and wife or between partners, di ba? We have this relationship between our parents, our siblings, our friends, and kaya bang ibigay yung unconditional love in those instances? At alam ko naman na kaya natin. So what's really unconditional love? But before that, let me say hello. Of course, we now have Coach Glacy, we have Coach Maureen, Coach AP Mao, thank you so much. And Coach Marife, Coach Doms, hello, thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. So what's really love? What is unconditional love? They say that unconditional love, it is often associated with parents' love for a child, and it depends on nothing other than the familial bond. Ang perfect sample daw kasi ng unconditional love is that love between parents to child, a parent to a child. Kasi nga, whatever happens, di ba, kahit anong gawin ng bata, pag lumaki na siya, magkasala man siya and all, the parent accepts. The parent loves. If you remember the story of the prodigal son, na 'di ba kahit anong sama nung bunsong anak, pero pag uwi sa kanya, tinanggap niya pa din. So that's the picture really. That's the picture of how we see unconditional love. And in its purest sense, it's caring about the happiness of another person without any concern for how it benefits you. So yun din daw yung isang way of what unconditional love is. It's like giving that love, tinitingnan mo lang yung happiness nung tao whom you give that love without really thinking kung anong kapalit sa'yo or anong benefit ang ibibigay nun sa'yo. Well, it is healthy to offer your love without strings attached. Otherwise, hindi daw talaga tayo nagmamahal kung may strings or kung may attachment. Like, we are expecting something. Rather, we are using affection as a tool to control. So when you love someone and you have that conditions at ang dami mong conditions, then that means you're not really loving the person. And of course, it's not healthy to offer love without boundaries. Papasok pa din ang boundaries. Not because we're talking about unconditional love. That doesn't mean that you are allowing abuse, that you are allowing toxic relationship to come in. There still has to be boundaries. And unconditional love, of course, it does not mean love without limits. It means offering love without expectations and repayment. So parang connected lang siya na hindi ka nag-aantay ng benefits in exchange of that love. But what I really like is yung definition ng unconditional love, wherein you love but you are willing to love beyond the conditions. Kasi if you take a look at it, no relationship is not without conditions. Like, you have to satisfy a certain condition, like pag filial love or familial love, di ba, there should be respect. Hindi porke unconditional, you don't respect your family members, you don't respect your parents, di ba? Meron pa din tagang condition. Ang ano lang doon is kung halimbawa nagkamali ka, your parents are able to see it, acknowledge that fault, give you that acceptance and forgiveness, that they are willing to go beyond you overstepping the conditions that have been set. So that's what really is unconditional love. So there's actually some myths of unconditional love. Ano nga ba yung mga myths na yon? Yung first myth is, unconditional love is a toxic myth. Bakit daw siya toxic? Kasi daw, it insinuates that non-acceptance is a bad thing. That boundaries, issues, feelings, even conflict is bad because we should accept everything. Ito yung first myth niya, na pag may unconditional love, magiging toxic siya. Kasi nga, we have to accept the bad things that happens. Dapat daw walang boundaries, dapat i-disregard yung issues, yung feelings, because we should be accepting everything. And this is not true. Hindi talaga ganon si unconditional love. Another myth that they're talking about is that unconditional love is like get out of jail free card. Well, remember, relationship will always have issues. It might not be na sobrang laki ng issue, but there would always be something. And healthy relationships demands working through those issues in a mature, positive way, negotiating the appropriate, reasonable conditions for a mutually satisfactory experience of love between partners. So meron pa din siyang negotiation, hindi talaga isinasa-isang tabi yung issues, pinag-uusapan pa din siya. And on the second myth, it's more of just because someone love you unconditionally doesn't mean you would be free to treat them in whatever ways you wanted. It's not okay to lie, to cheat, manipulate, exploit, abuse, and never be called for it. Just because it's unconditional love doesn't mean you can lie, you can cheat, you can manipulate, you can exploit, you can abuse, and do not get reprimanded for it. May discipline pa din siyang kasama. Kaya nga, kasi kailangan mo pa ding matutunan na ang unconditional love is just allowing acceptance and forgiveness beyond the conditions, but it is not supposed to be na hahayaan ka lang. Because, di ba sa love, there's still that discipline. There is still that sacrifice that you have to make. So you establish known conditions and negotiate new agreements to create safety and trust, creating a non-manipulative, game-free space to grow together and flourish. And unconditional love undermines justice. That there should be no sanctions or punishments for those who have hurt others. And it's not true. Just because it's unconditional love doesn't mean na hindi mo na i-call out, hindi mo na i-discipline, or hindi mo na bibigyan ng punishment kung mali yung isang tao. If if life has purpose and meaning, which most people believe it does, there can be no such thing as an unconditional experience. So we are creatures of perception, and everything has purpose and meaning. And we are confronted by conditions that invite and allow us to learn and grow. And so is unconditional love. Unconditional love will expand our hearts because we will be able to see it on a different perspective. We will be able to see how we can really forgive and accept someone's fault and go beyond the conditions to give them the love that they deserve. Hello, Coach Joanna. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. So, unconditional love, what it's not and what it is. Um, Unconditional love is it benefits emotional health when you can give so much love, when it overflows, you feel emotionally healthy because you are able to express. It allows you also to feel secure in the relationship because you know there's always that opportunity to have that to feel secure. And then it's also altruistic. You know the why you are giving out that love. And it involves acceptance and forgiveness. If ever there's something that goes wrong, then you will be able to give that. What it isn't is that unconditional love is not allowing, it doesn't mean that you have to ignore relationship issues. You also still have to talk about it. Unconditional love doesn't mean na ibabypass mo na lang, no? Di ba parang hayaan na natin kasi unconditional love nga eh. It's also not about neglecting your own needs. Hindi pwede na bigay ka lang ng bigay to the point of abuse. Like you tolerate abuse. It's not unconditional love. Di ba sabi nga ni, naalala ko nung, there was actually one topic I'm not sure if it's Kapehan Night or Coaching for the Soul wherein Master Coach talks about relationship at dinaanan namin yung unconditional love. At sinabi niya, so hindi ibig sabihin ng unconditional love, binubugbog ka na okay pa. Or nang bababae na, lagi ka nang nasasaktan, okay pa. So hindi po siya ganun. Because sabi nga, it's really going beyond the conditions that you are able to accept the fault of the person. But it is not about you ignoring the relationship issues kasi kailan pa din siyang pag-usapan. It's not about neglecting your own needs because you also have your own needs. You also need to grow. No relationship can last if you do not grow. Both of you should grow in the relationship. And unconditional love means allowing the both of you, accepting each other's flaws and learning as you grow together. And it's not tolerating abuse. When there's abuse, you still have to say, hey, stop. Uh, this is, hindi pwedeng ganito siya. Because it's not unconditional love. Sabi nga, ano na yun eh, ay, katangahan na yan. Pardon the word, but it's katangahan na, di ba? Unconditional love is not like that. Like, even when, if you say, di ba, si God naman has unconditional love for us? Yes, but God has, di ba may conditions pa din? You have to follow, you have to be humble and be obedient to God's words. Yun naman yung condition dun for you to get God's unconditional love eh. But still, when we have faults, when we create mistakes, God can call you out, but God still accepts us. God still forgives and accepts. So yun yung unconditional love ni God. Same way with us humans, that unconditional love is us being able to accept and forgive and look beyond the conditions that we have set to accept the person again. So how do you love unconditionally? To love unconditionally means to pay attention to your offerings of love. And what does it mean? For example, are you expecting a certain reaction? So when you love, is there a certain reaction that you would like to get back from the person that you are giving that love? Like, when you give love to your parents, dapat ba may return yung love na yon na, di ba, ito din madalas yung nagiging issue na, di ba, minsan nararamdaman natin na parang hindi ka mahal ng parents mo kasi nga, feeling mo mas may favorite sila. But is it really about, when you love unconditionally, dapat ba may reaction, may ma-receive kang reaction from them? And are you offering that love to receive something now or later? So may inaantay ka bang kapalit? Or when you give that love out, has the person become indebted to you? Parang may utang na loob na sa'yo yung tao kasi you give that love out. So push yourself to offer love just because you have to love, not because you are expecting something in return. Tingnan ulit natin kung ikaw ba si Jesus, how will you love that person? Lagi ko tong naaalala pag tinatanong ni Master A, when someone is at fault, how can you still find Jesus in that person? Parang yun. Kaya yung unconditional love is, well, it's not really about, hindi naman tayo siya hindi siya of ano ba yun, religious origin eh, hindi naman. But it's really more, mas madali kasi siya i-connect on what unconditional love is. It's like how God really loves us, that God is able to go beyond the conditions that He had set to be able to forgive and accept us. So yun daw po ang titingnan nating basis when we are, kaya mahirap sabihin na I love you unconditionally, di ba? Kasi paano pag nagkamali yung tao at sobra kang nasaktan? Will you still be able to forgive and accept the person? Hindi siya madali, pero it's possible. I've already seen one person who really has the heart to do that. And kudos to Master Coach Shay. Nakita ko kasi kung paano siya na ilang tao na yung nanakit sa kanya, but she's still able to love unconditionally. And that's what we mean. In relationship, we're talking about the shift in mindsets. Hindi lang siya about partners. It's also about the relationships that we have with other people, like our kids, our parents, our siblings, our friends. So yun, tingnan mo siya. When you're offering that love, is there something in return that you are trying to get back? Second is learn to accept and value influence. Wholehearted loving means that we believe our partner or our spouse, we believe our child, we believe our friend or parent, that they have something of value that they are able to think, feel, or share. That we are able to work toward being influenced by them. Na meron din silang value, na meron din silang thinking, feelings, or thoughts that they can share to us that would be of value to us and that somehow could influence us. It's always two-way. Yeah, unconditional love is not you just setting the conditions on that love, but also the other party, the your partner, your child, your friend, your parent, or your friend. And loving unconditionally is also being transparent. Be transparent. Offer transparency in your interactions. Let people know what you expect. Allow people the opportunity to be successful for you. Sabi ko kanina, di ba, parang dapat walang expectations. Yung expectations kasi dito is when you love the person, that means yung expectation dito is not to give back that love, but really to honor the values that both of you have. Kasi kaya nga siya may conditions pa din ng unconditional love, 'di ba? Hindi naman siya talagang kahit ano na lang pwedeng gawin ng tao or pwede mong gawin just because someone is loving you unconditionally. So it's about being transparent that you are able to convey na of course I want this I have unconditional love for you, but I expect na you honor the honor the conditions that we have, like the respect, the trust in the relationship. Lahat naman ng relationship, there's trust and honesty, sincerity. Yung mga nakikita nyo dyan sa picture, those are actually the expectations or the conditions that we have set when we give unconditional love. And learn to listen. Learn to listen means being a good listener, because when you listen, it's more than just hearing. It means that you truly integrate what the person is saying and show curiosity toward learning more. Kasi pag unconditional, you're willing to listen, of course. Hindi nga pwedeng one way eh. You always have to have the value of listening. And as a coach, unconditionally we love, we are able also to listen to others without judgment. Yun kasi yung ibig sabihin nun eh. You're able to give that unconditional love when you're able to listen without judgment in your space. And finally, loving unconditionally means you notice the dynamic of control and nip it in the bag. That means you pay attention to the dynamics of control in your relationship, and when you get into tension, or is there an underlying motive, or are your conflicts the result of unstated needs, you are able to point it out and nip it in the bud. Yun yung ibig sabihin nun. Parang, when you love unconditionally, there should be no control. Na, di ba sabi ko kanina, when you love, of course, pwede bang you love without expectation? Kasi minsan, when you love unconditionally, para kang nagbibigay ng ano eh, ng, parang you want to love unconditionally, pero you have the control in the relationship. And it's not unconditional love if you are gonna do that. So, hindi po ganon ang unconditional love. So, it's really more of you being able to love, you being able to willingly accept and forgive and go beyond the conditions that has been set. So thank you so much for this afternoon. Let's stay connected. You can connect with me at my Facebook page, and of course my contact number is there. And of course, I'd like to invite you, for those women out there, if you're a mom, if you're a wife, are you someone who have felt burdened or maybe burnt out with the hustle and bustle of a life as a mom and wife? The feeling mo parang pagod ka na, stress out ka na, or you have dreams but you have taken let them take the back seat because you think it is selfish of you to think about yourself. Parang may mga gusto ka pang gawin, pero ni-let go mo kasi feeling mo magiging selfish ka since may asawa at anak ka na. Or you came whole in the relationship, you gave all, and now you felt it's no longer you. It's like you lost yourself in the process. Or are you someone that no matter what you do, you always felt there is something missing? Then It's time for you to get back the you that was lost. Join me in my journey to discover and regain yourself, your momentum, and your passion. Join me in my Regaining Me coaching workshop. This will be my second run. That's gonna start on September 5 to October 10. It's all Sundays at 7:30 p.m. So I just need 10 students so that I can push through with the class. If you're interested, just send me a message at 0917-806-4200. And after this class, then you can come out someone as a woman who is renewed with passion, with vigor, and with love. And of course, for those of you who is who who has undergone infidelity, I am one. I have experienced infidelity, but there's always a way out of it. There's always something beautiful that can come out of it. If you're someone who is undergoing this, or you know someone and you want to help that person, let the person join me in a free 90-minute coaching workshop to learn to guard and protect your relationship. 3 ways to banish infidelity forever. So if you're interested, just send me a message, or I have posted this also in my page. Just comment 3 ways and I will send you the schedule of our Zoom class for this 90-minute coaching workshop. And yes, I'm excited also to invite you. As I end this conversation, let me invite you to be part of what we are doing as an organization of professional certified life coaches. So if you are someone who is, if you're not yet a member of our Be Learning Society, I'm excited to invite you to join us. We've been done with, for 3 months now, we've been talking about mental models. And of course, the first 2 months is related more to success. The third month is, of course, the 80-20 rule, which was really a great concept or a great mental model. Kasi di ba ang alam lang natin sa 80-20 is kung paano tayo, kung paano natin gagamitin yung oras natin na it gives us opposite nga eh. We do, parang ang dami nating gagawin para lang makuha natin yung desired result. But the 80-20 rule allowed us to see that you can do 20% effort but you get the 80% result. So, ang ganda ng concept na yun that you can use this every day. Kaya we're inviting you to join us. For this, we're gonna be having a next mental model master class, and that's gonna be this coming August. So if you're not yet a smart holder of Be Learning card, I'm inviting you to personally join us and become a mental model collector like us and be a part of Be Learning Society, which is the tent maker of Be Learning homes for mental fitness. And as a Be Learning e-card holder, of course, you get the 3 perks. First is the 5% discount from Decaf Coffee Republic for all food and beverage. And second is you get the free mental model masterclass from Master Coach A. And third is the 90-minute free coaching session with senior coaches from Life Coach Philippines. And if you are new to the concept of mental model, ano nga ba yung mental model? Bakit ba lagi kong naririnig yung mental model sa mga life coaches na to? A mental model is an explanation of how something works. It is a concept, a framework, or worldview that you carry around in your mind to help you interpret the world and understand the relationship between things. Mental models are deeply held beliefs about how the world works. Ito yung, paano ka ba mag-isip kung there's an opportunity that comes your way? Ano ba yung unang pumapasok sa isip mo? Paano ka ba nagdidesisyon? So kung alam mo yung mental model mo, mas madaling magdesisyon, di ba? At mas madaling kunin kung ano yung success na gusto mo. And why are mental models important? Mental models are important because by building up a base of the most valuable and universal mental models, you are building up your trunks of knowledge that you can use for the rest of your life. Mental models are a critical category of knowledge that gets more relevant over time and can be applied across a wide array of different domains. Ano bang ibig sabihin nun? Na for example, di ba, the first 2 months we talk about success. How do we see success and why are some people able to achieve the success they want but we don't? Like for example, Elon Musk or Mark Zuckerberg, they all started as wala din silang pera tulad natin. Pero bakit naging CEO sila? Paano ba sila mag-isip? So it showed us what mental models they are using so that we can also be able to recognize that in us. Kasi meron naman talaga tayo. Like for example, yung sa mental model barbell, pinag-usapan dun kung ano ba yung 8 kinds of success or na success mental models, and there was the so-called inversion. Inversion is about you thinking na ano nga bang mangyayari pag hindi ko ginawa to? So, di ba, madalas ang iniisip natin, pag ayoko tong gawin pero anong mangyayari pag di ko siya ginawa? Minsan nagtatanong na tayo ng ganun sa sarili natin. Hindi pala natin alam na mental model siya. And when we are able to see the negative result that it could bring us, ang ginagawa natin ngayon ay counterintuitive. We do something positive out of it. So yun yung ibig sabihin ng pag naisip mo siya, di ba, may ganun ka ng mental model, pwede mo na siya ngayon i-connect sa mental model na 80-20. Kasi ano nga ba yung mga pwede mong gawin na 20% lang yung effort ko, pero 80% yung result. So all these mental models are interconnected. So if you are interested at na-excite ka tulad like us, then join us because the next Mental Model Masterclass is on August 21 at 7 p.m. That's every third Saturday of the month, and Master Coach A will cover the Polymath Mental Model. We're not gonna be talking about numbers, we're not gonna be talking about math. Polymath means you learn how you can combine skills and become the superstar in your field. So discover why the polymaths will win this 21st century. So register now. Connect with Coach Rizal through 0917-586-1661. So yun pa ang pag-uusapan natin. So kung ikaw or may kakilala ka na ang daming gustong gawin, ang daming ginagawa, lagi na lang busy, pero minsan hindi mo na alam kung productive ba siya or something, then maybe this is for you. Join us in this mental model masterclass. And if you are someone who wants to embark on a journey of becoming a certified life coach like us, you want to be a game changer, Master Coaching now offers Coactively Co-Create Life Coach Certification Program. This is a comprehensive approach to learning and mastering life coaching as an active process of creating a new path to achieving results in life so that success is inevitable in every coaching relationship. It includes a 21-day web-based learning, which is, of course, you will learn the foundations, and this is online. Then after that, you get the 3-day live coaching boot camp with Master Coaching, wherein she now talks about the models, the concepts, the process, and you also do role playing. And a 3-day live business bootcamp with senior coaching team. This is handled by Team Cape. That's the team that was a spin-off from the coaching upskills blueprint that we have last December. And in here, we will teach you the monetization side of life coaching. Or if you have any other businesses, we can still apply the concept. The program package also comes with many other bonuses. All you have to do is connect with Coach Rizal through 0917-586-1661 to discover the opportunities waiting for you in this profession. And do join us for another coaching conversation tomorrow with Coach Candy for coaching for mindful eating at 10 a.m., Coach Cherry for coaching for leaf formation at 2 p.m., and Coach Rizal for coaching for purposeful living at 4 p.m. So, ang dami po kayong episodes na pwedeng mapanood. And if you are looking for the replay, all you have to do is visit Life Coach PH and of course, Coach AI Connect YouTube channel. So thank you so much everyone for joining me this afternoon. Once again, my name is Coach Tin from Life Coach Philippines for Coaching Think Talk. Coaches like us think and talk like this. This is us in the Philippines. Love, bam, boom. Love, bam, boom. Love, bam, boom. See you.